Welcome. In this short video, we will cover the 4 steps to register. First, you search for the course, then you filter, then you view the available sections and select the one you want, and finally, you register. In order to get started, you will need to be signed into your MyCFCC page. If you're not signed into your MyCFCC page at this time, please stop the video, sign in, and then restart the video. Once you're signed into your MyCFCC page, locate on the Launchpad Self-Service. When you click on the Self-Service button, you will see a menu similar to this. Locate Student Planning. On the Student Planning page, you will see 3 options. On the left, you will see My Progress, which lists all of the courses required to complete your degree. On the right, you will see Go to Plan and Schedule, which is where you go when you're ready to register. Remember, register on the right. The third option is Search for Courses in the upper right-hand corner. This is where you go to enter your courses if you have a list and know the courses that you want to take. Now, let's get started with step 1. Step 1 is to search. There are 2 ways to search for your course. The first is you may click on Go to My Progress, and in your program, you may locate the course you want. We are going to start with English 111 because English is required for almost every program at Cape Fear. Click on English 111 and you will see that you drop into the course catalog. The other way that you can search for courses is to go to the upper right-hand box, and if we know we want English 111, we can type in ENG 111 and you will see that we drop into exactly the same page, a description of the course. Now we will move to step 2. Step 2 is to filter. On the left side of the page is where you filter. You are telling the system when you want to take the class and where you want to take the class at a minimum. I recommend that you start with where, because sometimes all of these options don't open up until you make the first choice. So under terms, for the purpose of this example, we are going to use spring semester 2022. Above that, we are going to choose where we want to take the class, at an in-person location or online. In this case, we are going to choose an online class. Above that, we do not need to choose a subject because we are at the course level. And at the very top, I recommend that you always choose open sections only so that you are first looking at courses that have seats available that you can actually register for. Once you have entered all of your filters, check and make sure that your English is still there. If it disappeared when you added one of the filters, you'll have to go back and experiment with other filters to see if it's available in a different filter. Once you have completed filtering, we're going to move on to step 3. Step 3, as you recall, is to view the available sections and select the one you want. Let's click on View Available Sections for English 111. Because we were very smart and filtered, we have a limited number of sections to look at, and all of them, as you notice, begin with an I. This is the section code. After English 111, in each case, you will see a section code. The I is there because we said we only want to look at online courses. In addition, if you check the dates, you will see that all of these are spring courses, again, because we filtered for spring. And finally, there are seats available in all of these courses because we chose open sections only. Section codes teach you a lot about the course, and at the end of this video, I will show you where you can go to learn how to decode your section code and make sure that you understand very clearly what you are signing up for. In our case, these are full-term classes because they end in a number. This is a 12-week class, and we are starting our term a little bit late, so we need a 12-week class that starts on Monday, February 7th. So we are going to choose this class. We go straight across from the K section, click Add Section to Schedule. We get a pop-up box. We check to make sure that, in fact, we did choose the K section schedule. It gives us some prerequisites. We think we have those, so we are going to continue. If we have a question, we can continue because the system will not let us register for the class if we don't have the prereqs. If we're satisfied with what we see and the information here, we click Add Section. We will get a green message letting us know English 111 IO5K has been planned on our schedule. At this point, we have searched, we have filtered, and we have viewed the available sections and selected the one we want. We have not registered. The course is not being held for us. It will not be held until we register. In order to register, we need to return to the student planning menu, choose student planning again, and choose go to plan and schedule on the right, because we said this is where we register on the right. When we click on go to plan and schedule, we will land, it defaults to the current term, and we have two options on how to register for courses. We may choose register in the box on the left, or we may choose register now at the top right. This is a global register button, and it comes in handy if you have 5 classes and you're trying to grab the last seats and you want to register for all 5 at once. Use the global register button. In addition, if you're registering for a class that has a co-requisite, the system needs to see that both are planned. Use the register now. For that reason, I always use register now, and I'm clicking it. If we're successful, you'll see this turn green and say registered but not started. If the course had dedicated times, it would be showing on this calendar view. This is a section with no meeting time because we chose online, and you will see that the course is listed down here below. If you had a lot of courses, you would perhaps wanted to see them more clearly. You could click on the print button, and it puts your schedule in a column view, which makes it very easy to make sure you've registered for everything you want. You can check your section codes very quickly to make sure that you've signed up for things that you wanted. You can also check, of course, your times, location, and instructors. And at the top right, you can see how many credits you registered for. Let's go back to the plan and schedule page. One note, this is not a message that you would receive, but it gives us an opportunity to explain to you. If you get a message when you are trying to register, keeps you from registering or notifies you of something, always write down exactly what it says. Because when you start asking for help in relation to that message, the very first question the person will ask you is, what exactly did the message say? We're going to click to get rid of that. Now, as I promised, we are going to navigate now to where you can learn more about section codes. If you go back to your MyCFCC page, in the middle, you'll see information about registering. We always have some registration information on the MyCFCC page. You'll click on the Watch the Tutorial. At the top, you'll see the video, and right below that, you'll see Understanding Section Codes. If you scroll down, it will break down what the digits of the section codes mean. You can review those in order to understand clearly exactly what your choices are and what you're signing up for. In addition, on the MyCFCC page, if you are a brand new student, we recommend that you always do a first advising appointment with an academic advisor, no matter who your advisor is going to be over the long haul while you're here. The way you would do that is click on Schedule an Appointment in the registration box on MyCFCC. Scroll down, check the alphabetical list to see which one of the advisors you should set up an appointment with. Then go up to this Schedule a Meeting button, click on it, and when it asks who you want to meet with, put in the advisor that is assigned to you. If you are an existing student, you can go back to your MyCFCC page, go down to your Launchpad, and if you haven't looked before, there's something called Aviso, A-V-I-S-O, and once you're a student, your advisor and your counselor will be listed on that page. And it will look something like this. Your advisor and your counselor, you can send them a message, schedule a meeting. Finally, today, during our time together, we have learned how to register. You search for the class, you filter, you view the available sections and select the one you want, and finally, you navigate back and register for the class. Thank you for joining me. Happy registering.